czemu się język nie zapisał? Rewachol wymawia się rewaszol.
Yes? What do you want to know?
Nie wiem, chyba
You
wszystko
mean
wiem.
like a brief? Do you want me to brief you again? 3 days ago, the RCM Emergencies Desk received a report about a security guard who was found hanged in Martinez. An anonymous caller said there was a dead body behind the Whirling in Rags hostel cafeteria. The cadaver had been there for 4 days. No one had come to investigate.
Jezu.
During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching. There is an ongoing labor dispute between the local dock workers and the logistics company Wild Pines. I was told we should approach the death as part of this dispute. A security guard or worker of some sort hired by Wild Pines. This was just
Więc sprawa jest taka, że my mamy amnezję, jesteśmy pijakiem. Chodzimy bez buta chyba cały czas, ale jesteśmy na służbie, zgubiliśmy odznakę, skłamaliśmy policji, że nie zgubiliśmy też broni. No dużo naraz akcji tutaj jest. Tak. Ktoś tam wisi na drzewie od tygodnia.
They didn't identify themselves in any way.
I gra jest...
Tone was muffled using a device of some
gra
sort.
wyśmiewa
The
kapitalizm,
desk could identify
ale i
neither the
komunizm,
caller's
no
age nor
właściwie to
sex.
wszystko. I ogólnie jest pretty funny and dark humor.
There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. The dock workers union is the okay, well, we are police officers. It is our job to
Nasze
find the
zadanie jest
killer.
odnalezienie
So that's what
mordercy,
I
jakby co.
intend to do. You should try it too.
Okej,
Good.
wszystko wiem.
An old monument stands in the middle of the traffic island, pointing toward the sea. It looks as if it's been reassembled. A silver plaque on the statue's pedestal reads, "I am Philip the Not a good track record of mental health in that family.
Słyszałem Humanux. Co jest? No nie to kliknąłem. Mam białą bokserkę. Pieniądze.
The small, wrinkled woman does not greet you. She nods along to something on the photo, an ambrotype. It's the warmth of a winter night's fire. Maybe she could give you comfort and shelter. So nothing.
Babciu?
Her smile just keeps widening. Her hair is grey. No response wherever this woman.
Wait. She's just a distracted old woman. Better to leave her alone. Why? I just told you why.
Nie.
The woman still has nothing. Nothing. Her
Okej. Dobra.
Bastards! We have a right to work! Hold up and stay frosty, everyone. Cops are here.
You here to fuck with us? Beat the honest worker down. We're here
To fight for a cause. Stripes usually have problems with people who have causes. Ha! Couldn't handle us. Cause gives... Besides, we're not that different. It helps if people see us talking, cops and strike breakers together. Rights of people, rights of workers, to have gainful employment.
His manner of speaking is wooden, the tone of voice bland and uninspired, almost as if compiling replies from a...
Might be time. Don't let the fat bastards tread on you. Cops, I don't trust cops, but I can see you understand the right to work! Maybe you should ask them questions, like why we're not allowed to make a living here. We have families to feed, you piece of shit.
So do we, Scott.
Have fun. Union shits are on full strike. Don't think they're going... I know nothing about a murder.
The mention of a killing sends a barely noticeable shiver of tenseness through him.
What are you talking about? I'm not tense.
Yes, he's tense.
Right to work! It's shameful. Cops doing nothing. You should bring backup. Open up the gates for us. Blockading gainful employment for workers is...
We are not picking a side in this just yet, sir.
pity. Let us work! Honest men and women with rights to work, to be useful, not toys for corporate interests.
O wow, pretty epic, kurwa, muszę znowu położenie czatu zmienić. Dobra, gdzie to było? Tutaj. Gdzie teraz? Kurczę. Lewy górny róg może.
We came here to help the harbor run smoothly in time of crisis.
I have a question. Why do all these men follow your leadership?
You think they follow because I'm big and loud?
You've been talking to him for quite a while now. Something is off with this guy. Ask him where he's from.
What's it to you? No, don't think we've met before.
Every once in a while, it's like you can see glimpses of another guy under the guise of this fighter for jobs.
We're all workers, right? Workers stick together. Came from the eminent domain, in Jamrock. Backgrounds in odd jobs, heavy lifting, cargo hauling, bouncer work. I know the drill. Worked at Territorial. Ring a bell? Uh-huh. It was a long time ago. When a bunch of ungrateful, lazy cockroaches can't get their act together, decide to pull up. Beats me. They mumble nonsense about boardrooms and workers' rights, while we have the right to work! We were promised work. We'd be in there, working. If main gate's locked, it would take heavy ordnance to bust it open. Could try to get in through the secretary's office. Door's locked. The guards blocking the way to the access panel. And I don't mean the scrawny mess punk either. I mean head measurer. Or whatever he is. Huge Seminese guy standing up there on the overhead passage. Won't let anyone by. The access panel, bad. Standing on a narrow bridge, he's got a strategically advantageous... I don't know how the Union has a trained killer up there. But that one's no joke. And my men... Why don't you go arrest them instead? I'm sure they've done plenty of criminal shit. They have that look.
It would be better for the neighborhood if you went home. At least for now. If you can't get in anyway.
No! They will give up eventually. Or get drunk. Leave the button unguarded. Then...
Scab?
You're hazy on the notion of a scab. Smells like politics, though. Maybe it's got something to do with the flask he reaches for.
I was just messing with you. No one's ever seen a cop scab. Imagine, you cops going on a strike, but then another cop comes in and says, let us cop. Speaking of, what brings the RCM here? To the wild north? Come to see the strike? Murder, huh? That sounds like a lot of hard work. You'd never see me investigating a murder. Probably not. I wouldn't even know where to start with that. Much better here at the harbor, for an honest union man like me. My friend, I respect the right to roam. The open range awaits. I don't operate in that capacity. I'm not a granter of passage. The passage
If it's so simple, why did the scab leader warn you of the guards?
Aye. Walk right past Measurehead and go in. Yeah, the 2.5 meter tall Semini supremacist there. Walk right past him, then press the button to unlock, then go past him again, and you enter the arbor through the office. Stop.
The man whispers a jaunty tune. A coastal breeze ruffles his hair.
You know, serious business. I'm sure the big boss will be glad to tell me.
He's a chatty guy. Wants to talk about the strike. Return once you've met the union boss and are on a better foot.
Okay.
Nobody betrays your degeneracy.
Yeah, Measurehead. His body totally betrays his degeneracy.
Don't say anything. Size him up first.
Are you admiring morphophysiology? It must be frightening to stand in the shadow of this racial pinnacle. What is this androgynous display of sexual maturity?
Merely standing up makes you sweat profusely. You're breathing.
Stop it! You are embarrassing yourself in front of this woman. This display of weakness may appeal to older women with a...
Jean-Luc, his body is betraying his degeneracy pretty hard. Maybe you can ask him to...
You have succumbed to Al-Ghul. You reek of it. An invisible sword of Al-Ghul emerged. Yes.
He means alcohol.
Correct. My small skull self. Al-Ghul is an ancient Ilmaran poison.
Intentionally fermented drinks have existed for 10,000 years.
This is a fabrication the alchemists of Yizot and Bashir and the Rolam Al-Ghul have fed the people. Go. Why don't you have another drink?
Oh yeah, Measurehead.
This is going well for Measurehead.
Your mouth moves, but the one whose Occidental haplogroup B4 is done giving orders.
Show him the hand still got it.
Begging for help, attempting to pass fear for cooperation. How you gave the world eugenics, electricity, and powerful. You dominated lesser cultures, like the deformed Hemians and the inexplicably potato-obsessed Khoikos. But now your ascent to the... You will be superseded.
It is, baby, yeah.
There is a button right behind him, just out of reach. It must be the one that opens the door to the harbor.
Enough with this begging. You should bring your troops to the Simenine Islands. The walls will be lined with bottles of Al-Ghul, your beloved beverage.
There may be a peaceful solution to this. You could internalize Measurehead's race theory. He would take you as one of his own. Well, not as such. What you do with the mastery of advanced race theory is up to you. You could reject the findings, sure. Or ask what kind of races there are first. Classification is core to this stuff.
Do you?
Nie wiem, czekam na to.
The lieutenant looks toward the harbor's electron.
You are obviously a liberal, Sailmate. A
Jestem liberał.
polyculturalist. I can see it
Polikulturalista.
from your love of microtechnology and your sartorial. There are 3 categories of race. Type A, the heroic.
Oraz ohydny kocioł pederastii
Type
kryjący
B,
rasy od
the
C do
servile
F.
races.
Jeez.
And the vile CF race called, those are the Simonese, the Areopagite, and the Occidentals, excluding the Maun, of course. The Maun are riddled with eczema to the point where they find it impossible to smile. They are all lactose intolerant.
Nietolerancja laktozy jest poprzez chów wsobny. Piękne.
A receding genetic pool has led the Maun on reprehensible street parades. In Maun cities like Stadskanal and Vredefort, wearing wooden clogs with the Vespertines and Messenians of Vesper and Messina, the ancient Meteoran, the other large Mondial civilization, the Mesk, are too yellow and oleaginous to count as a heroic race. True, overproduction of sebum. Sebum is leaking into their brains, making
okay.
them listen to El Mariachi music and eat toxic minced meat-based food, which in turn only produces more sebum.
Okej. Wszystko rozumiem.
As proven by the Maun and the Mesk, Occidental Type A is in retrograde. The Simonese and the Areopagites are sleek, long-headed. The Simonese are powerful, mesomorphic. The former is an immutable, the latter is perfected and adapting. Together they form the Simeno-Areopagite.
Nature was not capable of more.
Type B are the unheroic races, amorphous non-competitors of the
Ludzie koloru błota.
The Khoikars of Grad, Hugo, Zimsk, Shest et al. Are what you would call white, officer, in a suspect.
To an untrained eye, the Khoiko appear
Aha,
white
są
and
biali,
pinkish,
różowali,
like a ham.
tuczniki.
But look into their eyes and you will see. Pinkness is a racial quality that has to be earned through centuries of advanced ballistic warfare and cultural dominance. The Khoiko, the countless micronationalities of Grad, are all inexplicably obsessed with potard.
Wouldn't he be one for ethnostates?
They are microscopic. The Semeno-Areopagite superstate will cover its leaders will be the genetic epitome of the Simonese and Areopagite stock. The Revacholians, halfway between Type A and the racial Colron. Too mixed to know right from wrong.
Is it 82,000 years that we've been recording history? You have very little idea of what is happening, but that seems a little off.
The mysteries of the people of this planet are a tragedy that has played out countless times over. Like a fever, the revolution came to Ravachol from Grad, in Zarath ridden potato carts. It is literally an illness, a prion disease that leads. The revolution is fatal familial insomnia. Enough of Tibet mediocrity. Types CF are a museum of failed chimeric experiments and tragic lesser races like the Mosquito, a grotesque mixture of a Mesk woman and a The Mosquito is born sterile, like a donkey. All they have left is to ride customized motor carriages with hydraulic.
It seems unlikely that two human beings produce genetically sterile offspring.
You are right. You have misunderstood.
The sage will not budge on this.
Then there is the Simino Koiki Kaimira. Are you sure you wish to know of the Simino? The Koiko, as you know, are very servile, especially when they meet the rich man. Raziel, this will never happen. The Simonese and the Koiko may have similar interbreeding problems as the but enough. It is cruel to entertain ourselves with the deformities of You understand nothing. To solve the great race enigma, you have to first ask yourself, what is the race enigma? You have not. You need to internalize what you have heard here today, then return to me. This clarity does not come instantly. I cannot possibly imagine what else we have to discuss, Tibergasholian. Your love for disco music and venereal disease? Oh, don't be vulgar. White or...
There must be some friction there. He's keeping it well hidden, however.
Mr. Clare is a man of vision and me. Also, to serve is noble. It takes discipline. Of course you are, Revasholian man. The failure of communism to challenge the world order is the core. Above all, rampant multinational finance still reigning large. Tell me, where have you gotten your love of pathetic? Stop explaining yourself. No one cares about your beliefs. The conversation has... Rock and roll is moribund. Only Koikos listen to it anymore. I am not surprised you enjoy it so much. This has the South Island race. We are the future. I am a descendant. The narrow streets of Ulimbuir are with me in my genetic dreams. No, I have heard about it.
He would be appreciative if you did not further chase this line of inquiry in front of the women.
Yes.
This could have made him more open to discussing the race enigma with you.
I don't think anything about this. We are with...
Your pedomorphic friend is right. You should leave here. There is nothing funky about them. There are 3 categories of race. Tips CF are a museum of fate. It would be cruel.
The Koikos of Grad, Yugo, Zhimsk, Chest et al. Are what you would call...
Yes. To an untrained eye, the Koiko appear. Pinkness is up. The Koiko.
Wouldn't he be one for ethnostates?
Revasholia.
Is it 82,000 years that we've been...
The revolution came to Ravashol. The revolution... Enough of those. A receding genetic pool has... You know them by the name.
Mahoon is a derogative term for first world people of Gotvoldian descent. They do not all have eczema. In some municipalities of Oranje, people do wear shoes.
The Maun are proof that you can have too much of the Vespertines. The other large overproduction of sea, as proven by the Maun and the Mess. The indigenous people of this, the Insulin, the Areopagites are the...
Wait, didn't Ilmaran desert pygmies invent alcohol and get pillaged?
No. Those were scimitar wielding race losers of Sarava.
Jean, baby, you're on fire.
I know, babe. The latter.
Nature was not capable of more.
I cannot possibly. Racists are generally not very good examples of their race. I am not like them. I am craniometric perfection. I have taken the trouble to correct. You exhibit forward projection of the jaw, indicative of schizophrenia and sexual. It is impossible to see any more of your bone. This leads me to conclude you are not a police officer. Your racial heritage is uninteresting. It is the same as all Revacholians. Your parents.
Yes?
Welcome to Revachol.
Tak, tak, tak.
Don't you welcome to Revachol me. My grandfather came here from a 3,000-year-old racist isolationist. Every school of thought and government has failed in the city, but I love it nonetheless. It belongs to me as much as it belongs to you. It's men like you who keep Revachol divided, making...
What he means is, fixation on the Revacholian nation makes it harder for Revachol to actually attain self-determination.
Oh, come on, man. I just said welcome to Revachol.
I know exactly what you meant. You think my kind doesn't belong here. But you see, I'm an officer of the RCN. It's actually my job.
Silence. Your partner needs backup. Now's your moment to shine.
You two make a cute couple.
The lieutenant exhales and resumes his...
Whatever you say, officers. Oh, not much anymore. I'm here to pick up some cargo, but the dock work... The strike? Oh, they've been at it for a while. A month, 2 months. Apples.
Apples is exactly the kind of thing you'd say if you had something to hide.
Yeah, apples. I take it you had other questions? Oh, not much anymore. The strike? Apples.
Apples.
Look, as detective. I come from a... Oh, I'm here to pick up a load of fucking apples, man. Just regular.
Dan, you're not gonna get more out of him on this. He's put up the wall.
Oh, yeah, they're a big deal. My great-grandfather was a carter. Had a royal license and everything. Sure fucking is. We have a guild and everything, huh? Very ancient. Very goddamn right. They've been trying to fuck us out of our heritage. Trusting street thugs with their goods is going to fuck them right up the ass. It's about biological determinism. Not the most popular topic nowadays, with the coalition in charge and all. You might want to change the topic. That is, bury your head under the sand. I'm not just racist. Look, I've read books, huh? The science of racial theory has all been proved. Even if some people don't want to accept. People who've studied these things say that you and me are superior by design. So, naturally, we Occidentals should be in charge. Open your eyes. Haven't you noticed something different lately? An unfortunate downturn, maybe, huh? When members of the problem? The damn kips are showing a real good game lately. Same with the mosquitoes. And the other introduced species too.
Cultural victory? What is this then?
It's what the kips of Boogie Street are going for, right under our noses. And the others too, on the radio. Heard any chansons lately? Heard any motetos or leader? No. Dominating culture is how they plan to win. This is so... It's true. Also, you need to realize the dangers of mixing races. Who knows what might happen if people don't stay in their birthplace? You might end up with a new sub-race, with unknown characteristics, leading to extra competition. That's why you've got to control the offspring. Don't push your luck, Runt. Looking for something, Runt?
You see several packaged raincoats fill a low shelf beneath a display of croissants and juice bottles. The raincoats are transparent, except for the big fritta.
What is what? If you want to buy one, then it's only 4 real.
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and blister. Their logo is the bloodless...
Just ask me if you need anything from St. Baptiste. We don't stock prescription meds, but we do have Nosafed. I don't know. Let's see. Nosafed is a nasal spray. Dramamine is a really good painkiller. Magnesium is a dietary supplement. Hypnogamma is... I don't really know what Hypnogamma is. I guess it makes you feel less shit. It's recommended... no. Sorry.
Nosafed heals +1 health. Dramamine heals +3 health. Magnesium heals +1 morale. Hypnogamma heals +3 morale.
Yeah.
St. Baptiste. You know, Saint Baptiste Pharmaceuticals. The one.
She is right. Saint Baptiste, the company, derives its name from Saint Baptiste, the city. Itself so named because that's what it is. A rare case where that really is the full etymological history. As far...
Okay, here. I hope Saint Baptiste makes you feel better or something.
Może się przyda, nie wiem.
Welcome to Frit. Feel free to look around.
What's that magazine she's reading?
You mean this? This is Pop Stars. It's got, like, famous people in it. It's not...
She pops her raspberry-flavored bubblegum. The lieutenant frowns at you before turning to the clerk with an apologetic half...
I don't know. Frit? A 7 to 11 grocery store? I think they think that the extra tea makes it funky.
The story goes that normal Fritta with 2 T's, a men's workwear shop in Vredefort, was already taken. So when
Okay. I'm not really supposed to be chatting to anyone, but, I don't really know anything. I mean, I know it's there, but I haven't seen it. Not really. No. I didn't know him at all. I don't know, really long. I don't know.
No need to worry. It's just standard procedure for us to ask around. If you're here...
Okay. Uh-huh.
Wow.
the tear machine stands in the corner. A sign says...
Oh, that's the tear machine. It's a machine for tear. You know, you find tear outside, like bottles. You need a bag, I guess. We used to have some, but feel free to use it if you find a bag, though.
Yes?
A colorful display of cigarettes and alcohol bottles lined up there, in that dark green glass, all in vain. The great flowing river of warmth, wine, alcohol, beer, alcohol,
Sure. If you want something, I can get, but I'm obliged to inform you that both alcohol and cigarette...
Don't ask, don't look,
Oh yeah.
don't do anything here. Just go away. Get back to work.
The Pale Age vodka is special, I guess. You know. I mean, I already said it'd hurt you.
Substances give powerful bonuses to your main stats at the cost of damage to your health or morale. Cigarettes raise your intellect while damaging your health. Alcohol. Use medication, like Nosafed and magnesium, to counteract the negative effects of substances. Note: consuming substances can have unforeseen consequences for you.
No, Frick only sells legal drugs, like the law says.
Jestem biedny. Yes. Ogólnie to, co powiedział ten typek na górze, to ja to wziąłem i jakby, nie wiem jak to nazwać, może tą jego zaawansowaną teorię rasy dałem sobie do myślenia jakby i to się właśnie przetwarza teraz. A, w twojej głowie kłębią się rozmaite fantastyczne rasy. Pustynni pigmeje, bawiący się własnymi ekskrementami, żonglujący ziemniakami kojkowie, gnębieni egzemą maunowie, tańczący z dzikimi uśmiechami w drewnianych chodakach. Są tam wszystkie. Cała rasowa banda, łącznie z takimi, które być może tylko sobie wymyśliłeś. Złodziejscy subkitowie i seolicka kasta fortunatów, knujących jakiś spisek. W samym centrum tego rasowego empirionu wznoszącego się ku niebiosom wiru wyczuwasz coś, co jest coraz bliżej i bliżej. Już jesteśmy w 1/3 myśli. idiomatyczne.
A lorry stuck in the traffic jam. The windows are clear. They've been recently washed. You can see a lorry met the driver has adorned his space with a substantial collection of peculiar paraphernalia. The back end of the cabin has a small perch to sleep. Large ashtray, a book with ragged edges catches your notice. The front
Racist nationalist paraphernalia. Not unusual in this part of town. This is likely, yes. This guy's proud of who he is. Drapes it all over his...
What else?
Hola, Wandering Man. How can I help you? Sure thing, my friend. I can help you out.
Whoa.
The coin lands into your hand as if it has always belonged there. The swallow returns.
Always glad to help out the RCM. Shame I can't do more. Things are meager at the moment, dude. You know, the winter's fat is slowly running out and nothing to worry about, really. The jam's a bit of a mess, cargo can't get in or out. The rationing is a bit stricter is all. Supplies should last a strike, huh? I'm always glad to help out when possible. Not...
A jak tam? Kurczę, był magnes darmowy w śmietniku.
I can't believe it's snowing again. It felt like springtime just a few days ago.
A jak tam?
Looking for something on?
Okej. No tędy da się. Okej. Muszę torbę mieć.
This Postlovantory mail collection box has been heavily vandalized with graffito. A closer inspection reveals the box seems happy. Each ship
Sorry.
fucked by the crew, and St. Jean with a crown have been scribbled on it. Jenny is the mail collection box seems cathartic. Thankfully even, so do you. You shudder, then you swallow.
Książka o pasztecie. Wow.
Hello, sir. Step right in. The store is open. Are you interested in a new and exciting book? It's a bookstore, sir. We sell books, postcards.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold your horses, little girl. You're fooling nobody.
Sir, are you okay? You've been standing here silently for a while. Okay, sir. I'll try to answer any questions you have. I hope they're about... My name is Annette, sir. My mum, her name is Plaisance. She owns the store. Feel free to step in and browse our web. I'm signalling that the store is open. Otherwise, people might...
A sudden gush of wind turns the pages of the books on the counters. She covers...
Kind of you to offer, sir.
What could you do to help her anyway?
Mógłbym pomóc dokonując brutalnego demontażu wolnego rynku.
Oh, no, sir. I'm happy to help Mum by luring in customers. Besides, I have some hot juice in my vacuum box. I do my studies at home at the moment. I have to help Mum keep this place running. Mum says it's necessary to do both because it builds character. Mum says a proper worker... Mum says it's peachy. She was a little afraid at first. There's talk...
Behind her, the window has been boarded up. You sense the boards creaking, twisting for a second.
Cursed in the way that makes them say that no business has ever really thrived here, sir. That they all go... I wouldn't really say it like that, but I guess so.
We can go into the bookstore and ask about the case, but I don't see...
Yes. Please do also look at our wares inside. The postcards and board games are there, sir.
It does not manifest itself in any way. It does not exist. I like to know such thing.
Anything else you wanted to talk about, sir? Nothing really, sir. Mum doesn't allow me to sneak around in the back rooms or the cellar. I don't really know. Maybe I can tell you about some of our books instead. Crime fiction is about murders or burglaries or things like that, and the work of a policeman or a private detective who's trying to solve a crime and catch the criminals. And it's kind of like a puzzle too. You can guess who the criminal is, or how... You don't look much like a policeman. Didn't mean to offend, sir. Sorry, sir. It's just that you don't look like Dick Mullen. What's that mean? And everything's better now, sir? Why is that? Sir, please, sir, don't say things like that. You look nice enough. Don't be sad, sir. I'm sorry I said that thing about Dick Mullen. Head, yes.
No, it's your son, not head, child. Heads.
Isn't that very dangerous? Unlike you, sir. He's just a fictional character. He's no match for you. Maybe you can show me some real police work, sir. Like in the books.
You fail to deduce anything, sir. She waits intently.
It's okay, sir.
You disappointed a small child. Well done, Jem.
Oh, kings and queens and generals of... I think that's why people read them.
Seems like most people who read those books fail to get more famous from reading them.
But it does make the famous people more famous. Why would they do that, sir? That's so cool. Maybe they'll make you a book cover picture and everything. standing over a dead body, holding a gun. It's the type of book where there's a rich lady and she has to choose between, or there could be a story about a poor lady getting a rich man. It happens, but usually the guy gets rich in the Those are unhappy books, for most of the pages. People sad about what they have lost, but then it all turns out just fine in the end. These are not very common. Well, maybe then it's fine. Maybe if the lady then decides not to pick either, because she doesn't need a bad man. Yes, that would be interesting. I haven't read many of those. Maybe you should ask Mum. I don't think it's a romance story if the main characters break up, though. No, I don't know. Yes, she knows books.
What was that? An idea for an unfinished novel stuck somewhere in...
That's really not a proper romance story. That's more like everyday life. I guess, yes. People in books are always very interesting, especially maybe some about other books.
The girl keeps her hands folded, hidden.
What do you mean, sir?
She knows where this is going. She looks around anxiously. The lieutenant stands by, looking, a facade of true professionalism. He is far more intrigued by the situation. She brings out her reddened hands, her nails frayed, nearly chewed down to the flesh.
And you knew this from me keeping my hands folded? Well, that proves nothing. Anyone could do an easy deduction like that.
She actually is impressed. This is more like a defensive reflex.
Bo niestety mam problem do dzisiaj. Rzadziej, bo rzadziej, ale z obgryzaniem pazurów niestety.
She nods, half provocative, half enthusiastic.
Szczury podgryzają ci palce. O nie. Recykling własnego ciała.
Maybe so, sir. Okay, I know it's a bad habit, and I shouldn't. It was okay, sir.
There's more that can be achieved here. Ask her to do the same.
You're quite sober.
The lieutenant does not flinch at the comment. He does not flinch even a single...
Because you usually aren't. Fritz, maybe?
There she stands, swaying on her feet, assaulted by... There's something you're missing. Because you know each other. She's been talking to you so openly because you've talked before.
Yes, I stand in this spot all the time. You've been running around all week without your shirt on, sir, apologising to everyone. Of course, you've stopped by a few times. You certainly look better than the last time I saw you. Yeah, but you don't have
party eyes. Yes, of course.
I'm not surprised children have seen you running around with...
You know, like a cat in the dark, all big and wide-eyed.
Fuck yeah. You should get some party eyes right now. Snap those sequins on you, boy. Oh, baby, that's not what you have to worry about. Worry about the important thing.
I didn't know I had to do that. I'm glad I could help you, sir.
As you turn, a bright light catches your eye, making you squint. So, from a distant sunset, a stage light, flash photography, nowhere in particular. It's just what are you? Deaf? They're perfect, like rock star politician. Yeah, you have. You're a big dick cop, Dick Mullen, Salem Rocky Bayi, badass on the edge disco cop. Time to recede into a ludicrous fantasy world. With a sudden flash, the world freezes around you, and you along with it. In an iconic... Hey, so we've been monitoring you internally, and now we know your copo type. Guess. That is only a ludicrous daydream. No, you're the sorry cop. The cop who's sorriest. Huge lack of enthusiasm going on in here. What? Jealous of the sorrow? They'll be super, super fine. It'll be totally okay. You can dual copper to... No, you don't. Come on. You'll be back to saying sorry in 2 minutes. Stop wasting time. Wow. Okay. Fuck.
O!
This coin-operated viewer is facing southwest. The metal feels cold and wet under your palm. It looks a thick layer of graffito covers the lenses. You spell out under the graffito, a sea of blues, and you know this to be the star of Perikinesis. The church looks old and weather-worn. There are no lights in it. This coin-operated viewer is faced. Your money disappears into the coin slot. The curtains on the display open. You lean in to catch the view. It's blurry. Different. The lenses shift. The ghost sharpens into an islet in the bay. It looks as if it was a bat. Its leaves ripped from it by the winter wind. The little brave birch tree seen.
Really? I don't have the eyesight to make it out.
Gdzie te butelki?
The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks featuring an extremely...
Oh, Man from Hyundai. A very popular blood and violence, scantily clad women, epic narratives, all the... What does it matter? They're all the same. If you're a novice of
Domyślam się. Every angel is terrifying.
A small mountain of colorful board game books.
Wonderful board games, sir. The Viticulturist is a classic for sure. Browbritter is a fun game.
Who are you going to play board games with? Do you have friends? It certainly feels like whatever you are will die with you.
Friends are technically like family. For playing with friends, I'd recommend suzerainty. It's a lousy auras there. I've heard they turn people into occult enthusiasts.
An endless variety of source books, lore book. There's also a large hardbound tome. Books in a board game section? Who wants to read books? There's a box that says Wirral, 3rd edition mega setting supplements module. The side panel notes, a fantastique adventure board game.
Welcome to Crime, Romance and Biography. Be welcome, and please take responsibility for the energy you bring into this space. I am the proudest owner of our...
She has fine-tuned her voice to find the most welcoming approach for attracting new customers. It doesn't work.
Annette, yes, my daughter. I hope she wasn't slacking off again with her nose in science fiction. Tell me, was she at her post doing her job like a proper girl? Wonderful. Did you talk to her? Great. On a scale of 1 to 10, how compelled...
Her opinion of her daughter depends on how well she lured you into the store.
My precious, her dedication brings joy to my heart. If you have children, I hope they turn out as great as my Annette. As a young girl should be, with the proper attitude, she'll have a bright financial future. God, I've told her not to do that.
A part of hers too, clearly.
She can, if she has enough will.
Come on, ma'am. It's obvious she can't do anything about it. You are placing an unnecessary burden on a young child.
She stands stiff and severe. She's looking for one, but there simply aren't any good...
Oh no. Hold on. I need to invite her inside in a pod there. I don't know what to say to you. My husband, he tries to teach me business lessons. I have what my mother called a dull mind. All this stress.
It sounds like both the husband and the mother treat her the way she treats Annette.
Oh, well, my mother was horrible, of course.
My husband is completely different, of course.
Yes, my husband is a successful entrepreneur east of the river. It's a proper place to live. One of the most peaceful neighborhoods. Most of the buildings are empty at the moment. He made the initial investment.
Super silent, almost inaudibly so.
Yes, I'm afraid so. A real treat she is. It would be nice if she had... We're quite busy people, you know, my husband and I. I'm sorry. I'm sure you do understand. She's been too busy helping me here. So she studied at home this trimester. This is a temporary solution, of course. I assure you, I of all people understand the importance of
The woman looks aloof.
Goodness, you were already doing good, browsing the shelves. Why'd you stop? Everything is on the shelves. Take a look yourself. The shelves compel you.
She smiles and nods. Wow, you work hard. Oh, yes. You hustle. You're a provider. It's tough out. Oh, yeah. Like a horse. A work. Look at yourself. You're a human pedometer. You must have walked 200,000 steps down cracked asphalt, mosaic, sand, and linoleum. That is the sign of a hustler who never gives up. The world is harsh and people are evil. You didn't make. That's just what it's like. Life and death. It ain't easy, but you do it. Day in and day out. You didn't log that in as a donation either. You don't log any of that shit in. You're a sure. And has it been easy? Is life easy? Are you rich? That's right. You work harder than anyone. You almost rode yourself. Boo-hoo. The system is broken. The establishment is keeping me down. That's right. 100%. Fucking G-Man's got on taxes almost non-existent in the Gotham estate that is Revachol. Every time you wipe your ass, they got their direct and their indirect modes of 98% of all your money. What are you not sure about? They're milking your nipples till they bleed. Can't you see? Aren't you sick and tired of having bloody nipples? It's all about the tax issue, hustler. No other problem in the world is as pressing as top marginal tax rate. Advanced race theory. Everything is calm in the eye of the race storm. Your mind is lucid and bright. The mind-bending phylogenetics appear more distant and, to be fair, a little ridiculous. The great race mystery has cleared up. All that's left to do is verbalize your thoughts. Go and talk to Measurehead about your newly found...
Yes?
I'm sorry, sir. I can't talk.
You just can't win out of the rain and it...
Math. It's really difficult. Like, oh, I found something while you were away. I thought this would fit you. Like, thanks for helping out. Not me. The city, I mean. Like, just what Dick Mullen would ask. I got it from behind the curtains. Maybe. It's the hat Dick Mullen wears all the time. You'll look wet. Right, I have to get back to my homework now.
Good girl.
These shelves are overburdened with books from the same series.
Oh, crime, robberies, murders, even sexual crimes. We're fortunate to have... You're a police officer, apparently. You should buy all of these.
Crime fiction is a disgrace. These books greatly overstate. What's more, they complete not a single mention of all the stress this work creates upon the officer's family. Detective fiction just doesn't... You see, Dick Mullen on the job. A killing is declared. Dick Mullen in the murder house. Oh no. Turns out he fated to solve it. Shelves filled to the brim with crime. The plaque on the shelf reads, biographies of famous people.
I would say... The Greatest Innocence. Yes, most certainly. A very influential historical... The book is also very daring. The author aims to re-examine, perhaps for a layman, deep analysis is necessary.
Do her words seem vague and abstract to you?
Certainly. It's prudent for a person...
You feel like you should get this one. Definitely. It's important somehow. There's something personal inside. Browsing through all... Suddenly, a particularly odd title, High Speed Love, chronicles the romance between... Next to Irv's life story. Next to that, Revacholian radio personality.
I really must insist you buy one of the books. Reading them is not for free. Do still...
She understands she has erred against the customer, and immediately...
I'm sorry, I did not mean to rush you. You are...
This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance, and biographies of amidst the various books. These three things are very important to the working class mind. The point of the book, and many others on this shelf, is to give people medicinal, various paranatural books still litter the...
Sir, please, no browsing in that shelf. I can't have you end up, like, opening a police store next door and stealing my customers. Oh.
Several maps have been attached. The maps look old, and this large map displays archipelagos. East Ozon, learn disintegrating into mathematics. In the northeast, a dust mite stands on the north coast of Caillou. In a books you can, on Caillou, Revachon, Lost, Little Pearl. 850 million people live on these little dots. An oceanic world. The ocean breaks apart into a tangle of cosigns and connections to other worlds. Words you have little idea what they are. Perhaps they are God. The north coast to the Hura. You feel you're just west of Coal City. It's not real. Still, this lot Ozon disintegrated. In the north you can. Lost. 850. The ocean connections that you have little idea. Perhaps they are gods. Gods.
I'm sorry, officer. The map of Martinez is the only one available. The other two, they're quite valuable. Though that old thing, it's an out-of-date map from when some design...
The place does not look like a successful tour.
They didn't get that far, for some reason. A shame the project never got going. Would be not...
Slowly.
Perhaps not. It's against RCM policy to defraud small business owners.
Hello again, esteemed officer.
You see a set of tattered curtains blocking...
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only.
Just as you're about to pull apart the curtain...
Sir, don't touch that. I told you, parapsychologically speaking, we're done if you decide to open them.
She looks away, mumbling. Why is everyone always messing with...
No, it's just a storeroom for the employees, I told you. Now please, step up. Why? It's not like anyone was killed there. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be so impolite. Just please don't go there. I can't allow that. You'll only make... No! Please just talk to me, officer. Come here.
Talking is always good. There is something mysterious about the curtains. You see a tattered set of curtains and a polyhedron-shaped...
Nothing! Now please go back to...
She speaks almost as if she's trying to... Oddly enough, the more she tries to draw you away from the curtains, the more... You see some kind of charm. An irregular polyhedron. This is a traditional Seminese ward, meant to provide protection against inhabitants of Ile de Fantôme. Aside from poking at it suspiciously, you see a dimly lit room full of dusty furniture and trash.
I warned you, you're unleashing forces beyond your understanding.
Some kind of superstar. They say the world isn't ready for a rock and roll cop. No one wants their state monopoly on violence to be mixed with celebrity worship. They claim to know it would be dangerous for detectives to rise to the ranks of demigods and have sexual encounters with barely legal cover girls. A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dust. Only an echo. No one is there. Ow. Shoot. Whose moronic idea was it to just run?
Are you alright? These look...
What is going on there? Are you really trying to... I warn you, don't tempt the spirits, officer. Don't...
It barely looks like you've done any damage to the...
You've hurt yourself now. I told you not to mess around back there. You're only making things worse. Stop it. Be compelled.
Have you no shame? Whining about your back every time you bring out the measure.
René, you're a man with a fork in a world of soup.
I'm trying to, but you keep breaking my concert.
These manly men are playing balls. This is a ball game. Grab a ball and play it. Don't ask questions. That's the spirit. Don't even waste your breath asking about the game. They wouldn't know anyway. They're way past their prime. You are immediately surprised by the ball's lack of weight. No matter, you'll make it work. A chilly breeze ruffles your hair as you stand there. The cold metal ball is surprisingly smooth against your neck. Already, your muscles are adjusting to an embodiment of pure motion. A fine-tuned locomotive. Some would still say you're a cop, but I guess we're beyond that now.
Merde! Bordel de merde!
A whorehouse of shit? It wasn't whorehouse of shit. The shot was at least 23.
What the hell is your problem? I don't care if you are a cop. You do not just ruin someone's game. It's so goddamn you vandalized our game, son. We can't play pétanque with 5 bull. No, we are not good, goddammit. We want our...
Take it easy, René. This is just a misunderstanding, isn't it, officer? No harm done.
Of course there's harm done, you orange slug. You owe us a goddamn bull. Good. Mistakes are forgiven. The men at least try to right them.
Yes. Why did you come here? It's unlikely they know. Just talk. It'll smooth things over. Old people like attention.
Unfortunately, I don't. In Martinez, the union is the law. The cop is a pejorative term. I don't have a problem with...
He doesn't know about the crime.
I'm confident they are indispensable in regard to all the paperwork and other administrative duties. No man can afford to turn his eyes to the horizon if his rear isn't secured. If the women folk take care of that, then men can tackle the bigger.
The RCM doesn't discriminate. Women are unlike men. They also...
I'm glad at least some people keep a level head in these turbulent times. Ah, yes! King Philip.
Oh, absolutely. At the mercy of a cocaine.
A superpower, feared and respected. A testament to what this country can be under the leadership of a true king. Someone decisively, without fear of offending the sensibilities of the frail and weak. A nation is only as strong as its lead.
Don't get started on that again.
The Carabinier doesn't reply, but his entire...
Oh, old Philip was a big fan of the purple nose candy.
You can't even take the responsibility for your... That's why the Philippian kings use cocaine. For clarity of...
Of course. Clarity of vision.
Philip III was even brought into this world with the help of cocaine. The court made him administer the dose to his mother when she was in...
Higher realms. He's just making excuses for the king's habits.
It's really not. Please, do spare us the cocaine ferret.
Yes, indeed. We're not here to investigate the drug trade of centuries past.
Right. Yes. The terrain here provides an interesting variety to... Yes. It was left by heavy artillery fire. Why what? Because that's what happens when communists hijack your country, execute your supreme leadership, and turn your capital into a slaughter. Commies, communists, socialists, anarchists, call them what you like. They just chose the name to feel special. Senseless.
Days gone.
Sadly, no. It was the foreigners who brought them to their knees. We fought valiantly, should have fought dirty, like they did with their suicide because this place is a damn beachhead. Had to soften the commies up first.
No tak. Również.
Yes, the military coordinated amphibious landing.
He finds your lack of historic knowledge troubling. A sign of...
Martinez was used as one of the 3 footholds in Revachol during Operation Deathblow in O. This here is Blood Ground.
Blood Ground? You got old René going there.
Don't get me wrong, officer. I hate those foreign dogs, but the enemy... Damn right, son. They let the fire of hell on the city. The rest of the city got cleaned up, but Martinez...
Well, it's your own damn fault.
You don't even begin to truly understand the players of the table.
Thinking men have opinions on these things. Present one.
No, they don't. But I'm sorry it had to be the coalition. After it, I would have preferred if the right honorable...
This royal failure.
Instead, all that is just, holy, and beautiful in the world. This is just what the commies wanted. This was the plan all along. It doesn't. That was 100 years ago. Ain't got nothing to do with anything. Damn Frissel. He was a king, a true king in both blood and mind. Let Revachol before.
Some manner of self-deceit is present in his thinking.
Suzerain is the king. As everyone... It's no use talking to you. You were still in Daddy's balls when it happened. When we took our last stand against the Filth and rode the cavalry straight into gunfire.
Hey. Psst. Yes, you. Word on the street is you're ready. You keep saying things like, down with the bourgeoisie, eat the rich. Sodomized funky style. Very funky. So tell me, failure. It's about
W komunizmie chodzi o porażkę jakby, co?
Yes, abject failure. Total, irreversible defeat on all fronts. You alone, against every living thing, against every human alive. 800 trillion real. You against the atom, the charm and the spin, where the whole world failed. Matter now get to work, comrade. Very well. I guess no one will build communism.
Okay.
Tell the working man it's over. Anyone? There's no one.
I have really helped.
Yes, that's what you need, Gaston.
René. Hello, officer. How might I be of... I'm sorry, officer, but I really don't chef.
The only one you have.
Believe me, officer, I wish I could help you, but I need this sandwich to keep my blood sugar stable. In my age, you need to pay attention to these things. Fuck off! It's mine! Sorry, officer. I'm sorry.
When the dissidents come to rape our country, he hides. But try...
Let me think. I heard someone was No, officer.
Then help them, you wimp. You have plenty.
He means caviar.
I wish I could, but I just don't know anything.
Odd. He doesn't seem to be lying, but there's something off here.
I'm not.
Of course he's holding back. His mouth is so full of...
Can I at least finish my fucking sentence before you piss on it? Is that okay, René? Evrard Claire. Everyone in Martinez...
What do you know about history? You never witnessed history. Only heard about it years later, when it had already moved on. You don't know history.
The old soldier mumbles something under his breath and turns to face the sea. There he stands.
Let's try not to get caught in a...
Lest we leave riddled with bullet holes. This animosity is ancient.
Oh, in many ways, yes. Like Oh, yes. Not in the technical sense. I don't have a vote or...
So that's what it was before. Him hiding something.
Of course he's not a member. He's not a member of anything. I hate the socialist rabble. But even siding with them is better than living your entire life on the fence. Never committing to anything.
Writing work mostly. Occasionally? Oh, nothing official. I assure...
Well, he tells his little penman exactly what to...
I don't even consider myself a regular socialist. Politics is not really something... Officer, I have a vivid imagination.
He just fluffs.
Of course. Don't sink into anything. Don't sink into any fight. Only sink in...
I prefer highly adaptable myself.
Mon Dieu.
No, thank you. For being... Sure, officer. No.
The worn and beaten wooden planks of the bench.
We can sit on benches after we've solved them.
You can revisit the bench if you ever need to pass the time when Lieutenant Kitsuragi...
An old call box with a matrix of push buttons lists. You ring the doorbell. What an ominous name for a hair salon. Does an off-key melody starts playing after you ring?
Kudos! Please stop calling here. Grown-ups don't have time for your stupid games. Oh, I'm sorry, officer. I thought you were... But the doorbell is broken, and the bookstore shouldn't even be on the list anymore. So I can't...
A single beep indicates that all you hear is static. you get from... Looks like someone has melted half the plastic off with a light. You hear static from the inter...
Yes, hello. This is Tracy Penny. Have you come to...
She sounds almost antique, as if her voice was being played off an old...
My God.
The lieutenant exchanges a look with you.
It's you.
Who cares that you don't remember her? Just go along with... No. Something's wrong here. Are you sure she's talking to you?
Michelle, just please, why did you even call? I don't understand. You've been gone for... ever since I...
A spot of static overrides her words.
It's so nice to be able to...
She sounds like she's about to cry. She doesn't answer. Silence. The only thing you can hear now is static and waves. Another seagull passes by.
I don't know what happened either. We should probably stop playing with this thing.
You press the number sign on the keypad that terminates the call. 12 name cards on the call box read. No. Hold on. The last thing you need in your life is more... Silence. No one's home at Fortress. Silence. No one answers the door. Nothing happens after you ring the doorbell. They don't want to talk to you. Silence. No one answers your call. This button looks new, but some...
Huh. This button looks new. It's probably not connected yet.
Looking for something, Hunt?
The unpromising raised pupil returns. And... everyone can see that. It has little to do with the...
Baby, don't be mean. Give him...
anything for you, babe. Look, babe. The mignon of law is also a racist. But his racism...
So unadvanced.
The basic race education he received in high school has led him to think his phylum was basic racist. I take pity on you. You click very well. You may enter the door once.
Finally. Let's go.
This trash container is locked. There's something in there, not necessarily connected to... The body is downwind from here. Maybe you prefer the smell of...
Trash? Food waste from the cafeteria? They log this... What do you mean, feel? I agree.
He's being sarcastic. Do not ask what the remote viewer's division...
Oh. It might also be evidence. We could try using a pry bar. The one you took from my motor carriage. Or we could ask for a key from the manager of the Whirling in Rags. He probably has one.
The body is downwind from here. The lieutenant leans in to inspect.
Kuno, the pig's getting pretty close to me. Come to snuff. Looks like it's time for me to go, Kuno. Pig's come to take me. I'm going away for a long...
What's going on there? Fuck are you trying to pull, pig?
What's this kid shit? Fucking mind...
Get the fuck out of here, pig! Kuno's got this.
If there ever was such a thing as an ugly kid, then...
Oh yeah, Nappa Gumpy, Kuno! Right in the dick, Kuno! Get him right!
Love it in the dick.
The boy is sweating profusely. His eyes are like two black holes and his jaw is twitching as if trying to break free.
Fuck that! Kuno, yeah!
They pay you no heed, or pretend.
Shits himself?
The rake, Kuno! You should throw the rake at him!
The fuck? Does Kuno know what a rake is? Kuno's not a gardener. The fuck are you
He's calling us Kuno! He says we're fucking each other!
We shouldn't do anything. I don't tempt such... Just take it easy.
The language these kids are using. Pure, unfettered id. They will be...
Alright, entertain the Kuno. Show me what you got. Shitload, pig. What's your question?
Don't tell the pig shit, Kuno!
If I were to want to waste my time, which...
The usual being. Have you...
Kuno's fucking. Kuno uses the fucking for target practice.
He's trying to hide the fact that he does...
Kuno knows all kinds of shit. Kuno's not a snitch. That's up. Probably climbed. Kuno was... You heard Kuno. Kuno wasn't even it. I don't know. Some fucking mesk or I don't know.
There is no Night City anywhere. That sounds like the name of a city.
Why you gotta be riding Kuno's ass? You haven't been. You wanna know where Kuno was?
Don't tell him that, Kuno.
It's not fucking lame. Kuno's building.
Lame.
That's the name of Kuno City, bitch. Get the fuck off Kuno's back. This shit ain't about that. Just a couple of pigs sniffing around in the dirt. That's...
Yeah, you tell the fact.
Looks like you're a fagari now. Whatever.
You're testing Kuno.
Get lost.
The fuck about it? You're
Get lost.
Right, pig. This is where Kuno plays with his little wooden choo-choo. What do you want with it? Don't be wondering about Kuno's shit, pig. Fuck does Kuno care about your hunch? That's your shit. You figured it out. Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit. Yeah? The kingdom of... Yeah, whatever. Kuno's Kuno, pig? The fuck are you calling a third...
He looks slightly confused, but proud he came up with that retort.
Watch out, Kuno! He's trying to fiddle you! He's gonna put his hands on you! Help! Pig's got Kuno! Help! Ray!
Help! He's got the Kuno! Help! Help!
Escalate, Kuno! His dick is out! You're afraid!
Pig's in aim, Kuno! Somebody, please! No!
The nearly psychopathic way they could slip in and out of the act.
No one? Kuno's doing...
This is where Kuno establishes dom... You can't let that happen. It will make things hard.
Help! The pig's gagging him! Kuno...
You put him up to this yourself.
Listen to your friend. Help! The RCM is trying to fuck Kuno in the ass. Look.
For emphasis, a ghost is...
I know you wanted to hit me. You got that, I'm gonna fuck that Kuno up look. The Kuno's dad gets. The murder look. The rage look. It's good you said that. Here it is. Here we go. Kuno likes this. Oh no. You pass you around like candy, fat boy.
Backing up was a bad idea. Now he thinks he's established...
Kuno turned you into his prison, bitch!
No, you're not. We can just leave.
Bitch, you're gonna be in this
A peepo is a type of hat, by the way.
You don't talk to me about my fucking peeper. You don't know where I come from. You just Kuno's bottom.
Okay. Kuno is kind to his...
Click, 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 click!
He's on your crime scene, bossing you around.
Trying to fuck at the Kuno. Trying to fuck at me.
Kuno gonna fuck you up!
Normal is not what we got here.
Kuno doesn't...
Hobocop. Technically, you wouldn't be a cop anymore, but a hobo.
Dobra, I need to go to sleep because I must to wake up early. See you later. Ale brzydki obrazek pada, jak wycięty w gównie jebanym. Papa. Take the stairs on the right. Ale gdzie? Kurwa, opis trofeum zajebisty. Say I love you, but... Dokładnie.